Yo, what's going on, people? This is JONETH PIPTNE back again with another podcast. And we promised you that we was going to talk about a new segment. And the new segment has officially started, and it is called Sports Betting. How to turn $10 into $40,000 in 12 weeks, the NFL edition. You can use any app of sports betting that is eligible in your state, register. And the main man to talk about it today is my guest, Mike. Mike, how do you plan on turning that $10 into $40,000 in 12 weeks of the NFL season?
Well, we're going to double up our money every week. That's the plan. So starting with $10, we're going to go to cashing out $20 bets for this week. Then the next week, 20 to 40, 40 to 80, and so on. When you do the math on that, at the end of the 12 weeks, which will be the last games on January 3rd, 2021, we will have each a total of $40,900. A parlay is when you use two or more teams on one bet. So some of these bets that I'm about to give you, one is a 2-team parlay and the other one are 3-team parlays, meaning all 3 teams have to win in order for your bet to win. So we're trying to give you the most confident bets that we have.
Okay, and what is the max amount of teams that you can bet on a parlay?
You could do 12 total. The more teams you bet, the better the odds are. But I'm not trying to give you guys a 12-team parlay. I'm just trying to have you start with $10 and double your money up every week until the end of the season. We will have $40,000. Just stick with the program, especially when we get up there and we making, $300 a week, then $900 a week, then a couple thousand a week. Don't bet on any other sport. Remember, this starts off with, even when it's time to make that $5,000 bet to get to $10,000, it's still a $10 bet. It's not a $5,000 bet. It's a $10 bet that we have parlayed up to 8-9 weeks later. That's how you have to see it. It's $10. We're going to give you multiple ones. You can bet all 4 or 5 if you like, or just bet one to your liking. But join on and reap the benefits with us, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'm more of a rush tip type of guy when it come down to certain things, but I did do multiple parlays just by listening to him and then just going across the guidelines particularly. Now, I did more of a longer shot of parlaying. I did more of a 11-team bet, and some bets might be switched in or out in between that. So that's what might make certain things a little bit more difficult for me to be able to get it on. But it can be a higher risk, but also a high reward type of thing that can happen with that. Now, I did bet Chicago Bears because, of course, that is the favorite team that I'm going with. But I did also bet other teams as well, like Pittsburgh Steelers. Bet the Giants to also win their game this week. But basically, for example, like that, they have put a lot of thought into it and make sure that I pick the best quality teams that I think is going to win. And one of them that I do have as a guaranteed victory, and that is the Ravens versus the Eagles. That is a part of the parlay that I got them just strictly winning. I did have a bet of them being 7.5 points, basically over them, but I thought about it and I didn't think that would actually work out for the team, actually.
And now that line is 8.5.
So that made it increase.
It is best to bet early. We're going to try to give you these bets not on a Saturday when the lines are really moving. We're going to try to do them maybe like on a Thursday, Friday morning, once we get who's at practice, if anybody is sick and can't practice, updates on injuries. because those one actually the lines are the best. Because the closer you move to Saturday, that line has been juiced. It's been moved. Like he said, he got the Baltimore game at -7. I just looked at it now. It's -8.5.
Yeah, which make it even more crazy. Cause I'm like 7.5, 8 point game. I can take that, but 9 and up. When it come down to the Eagles, who had a very close game with the Steelers, that's pretty tough, and that's a bet that I might stay away from in regards of that. But straight win for the Ravens to beat Philly, I definitely got them winning that game as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 bets of the week. Well, actually, my top 4. This 5th bet is my long shot bet, which is a 12-team parlay. But pay attention to what I say because I juiced all of the odds. This is a $10 bet to bring back $164. I have the Cleveland Browns plus 12 points over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, what I mean by plus 12 for those of you who don't know, that means when the game starts, it's already 12-0 in my eyes. I'm getting 12 points with Cleveland, which means they can't lose by more than 12. If they lose by 12, my bet ties. I have the Baltimore Ravens and the Philadelphia Eagles. I have the over for that game at 39.5. Detroit Lions over Jacksonville Jaguars plus 6 points with Detroit. I have the Bears versus the Panthers. I have the Bears plus 8.5 points. I have Cincinnati against the Colts. I have Cincinnati plus 14.5 points. The Atlanta Falcons and Minnesota Vikings. I have Atlanta Falcons plus 13 points. Arizona Cardinals at the Dallas Cowboys. I have the total points going over 44.5. For the Rams versus the Niners, I have the Rams plus 6.5 points over the Niners. The Washington football team, they the Redskins. We've been saying it too long. I can't just call them the Washington football team. But them and the Giants, I have Washington plus 10 points. Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans, I have Tennessee plus 5.5 points. The Chiefs against the Bills, I have the Chiefs plus 5.5 points. And then for the 12th team on this parlay, I have the Denver Broncos versus New England Patriots. I took Denver Broncos plus 17.5 points. Now that is my long shot bet, my 5th bet of the week. Now my top 4 in order. This next one is a 2-team parlay. I have the Chicago Bears plus 6.5 points, and the Miami Dolphins minus 4.5 points. That is going to pay you a little more than even money on your $10 bet. It get you to $20.29. The 3rd bet. These are all money line bets, which mean the teams just have to win outright. I have Baltimore, Tennessee Titans, and the New England Patriots, all to win their games outright. The $10 bet will bring you back $25.03 for your 3-team parlay. My 2nd bet is, again, all money line, and it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens, Miami Dolphins, and the New England Patriots. Again, for another $10 bet, that's going to bring you back $22.27. The last bet of mine, my bet of the week, is going to be the money line for the LA Rams against the San Francisco 49ers. Then I'm also going to have the Colts minus 2.5, and I'm going to have the Dolphins minus 2.5 in their games, which mean they have to win by at least a field goal. If I'm giving up 2.5 points, that there is a $10 bet that is going to pay $26.70. Mike, you want to give them your picks?
Before I do, we're just going to take a real quick break. We're going to hear a quick segment from our proud sponsor, and we're going to be right back, people.